Hello.
So because you have my number, I'm asking that you give Michael 5 minutes of your time, and I'm asking if Michael gives you 5 minutes of your time. Let's talk 10 minutes on my phone. Is that fair enough?
Does he not have a phone of his own?
He does, but I'm the only one that can actually physically contact you.
He doesn't have. Why doesn't he do it himself?
I don't have your permission to give your number out, which is why he doesn't have your number to call you himself, because I did not have your permission to give it out. You still aren't going with this. If I don't have permission to do something, then nobody's information gets out. That makes sense? It's called a respect boundary. I have enough respect for you not to give out your number.
I don't.
And I've got enough respect for you to ask you to keep my name out of this.
I don't care if you give out my number.
Okay, but I didn't have that permission prior to this conversation, now did I?
Well, I said I wanted to talk to him, and well,
Hold
whatever.
on. Hold on. Yeah. You're cussing him out. He's willing to be civil with you, so you be civil with him. Don't make me spare you.
You get 5 minutes total.
10. I told him he gets 5 minutes of your time, you get 5 minutes of his. Why did you forget, Michael? All calls should be forwarded to his phone.
Last time we were talking,
Did you forget calls?
Before you hung up on me. And by the way, did you get a voicemail from me on your phone, Mike?
Did I have a voicemail from you?
Yes.
Calling me a word, whispering like I couldn't hear you.
Ah, so that was your phone number. Yeah, I thought so. Yep. I did indeed.
Big phone.
It's not your phone? Whose is it?
It's my voicemail.
You want to tell me about the, tell me about the 9/11 truck scam. And I can
Just come out with it.
I can tell you about some new documents I've got about your father's very, very brief military service. What do you care about?
You are his son, so therefore, it falls right in line with you.
Him with his fucking military has nothing to do with me.
But the 9/11 shit? That has everything to do with you. It's not true.
You were with the truck, is that right?
No, I was not with the truck.
You were along for the ride, Michael.
You literally said you were. In the last time we spoke.
I was along for the ride. I had nothing to do with anything else.
Were you ever questioned by law enforcement about that?
Was behind the entire fucking thing.
Really?
Hold on, Kate. You're trying to get in my settings. Hold on 1 second.
So Scout.
Sorry, just hang on 1 second.
So
please just bear with me. Bear with me, please. I'm trying to turn some Wi-Fi on here, so thank you very much. All right, hold on. Here you go.
Is that really your story? That Scalgione created the 9/11 truck? Scalgione decaled it with those names? Scalgione, the Navy SEAL decals on the back? When I can confirm that your father was pretending to be a Navy SEAL? In print as early as 2006. But before that, late 90s, and I'm sure
Okay,
probably earlier.
Good for you to get all this information.
7 o'clock.
I don't need to know any of this shit.
You
I
don't?
put you in the middle of it.
It's best that I don't know.
Just fix it. Fix it so my name can get out of this.
Why do you
And then
say
that
that?
way, it's so it's possible in this. Because I have my own family to deal with. I've got my dude in jail. I've got my mom begging me to come home. I've got my daddy that just got cremated, for God's sakes.
I want you to stop doing all this shit.
That ain't gonna happen.
You mean trying to get the truth?
Everything.
So you want to cover up the truth, is that right?
Did I say anything about covering anything up? You dumb shit.
I asked you not to yell and scream at him.
You said stop doing what I'm doing, right? All I'm doing is looking for the truth.
Stop causing fucking issues.
See,
Problems.
I believe that half the story of the 9/11 truck was never told. And I want to tell the whole story.
Wow, it's a closed fucking case, you moron. That doesn't mean go and reopen the fucking thing.
Well, there were people
That's
involved.
what it means.
There were people involved who were not indicted.
Fuck people that were involved. It's a closed case for a reason.
Did you ever meet Richie Skinner?
I come out here to move away from all this bullshit, and then you fucking come along, put your fucking nose up everybody's ass,
Why did
where
you?
nobody can live a fucking life.
Why did you want to get away from it? Wouldn't it have been the manly thing to do to stay and fess up?
You fucking dumbass.
You mean instead of coming clean and admitting it all? Because I know that your father.
Fucking find you myself.
Oh yeah. You see, I know that when your father
I'm
went.
talking about this shit.
Just hold on a second. When your father went to
What do
Pennsylvania.
you want to do? Hold on, you want to get and watch me piss too?
When your father went to
I
Pennsylvania
just told you.
after the
I
conviction.
moved away from New Jersey
But
for
you-
a fresh start
fresh start. But your father is wearing
on
the
my own
vest.
life.
But
And
you're,
not to follow in my father's footsteps.
but you're very much scamming with him, or you were, right?
Oh my, you're a fucking dumbass.
How's that?
I'm not scamming. I'm not a part of it.
You were with
Take my
him.
fucking name out of it.
You were with him on the strip
Before I personally
for 2
come and
months.
slap you and get my name out your mouth.
You were scamming with him on the strip for 2 months after I drove you off Fremont Street. Isn't that right?
You're the one that started all the bullshit.
No. Your father
Yes.
was wearing the same vest
You
he was wearing in the
started it
9/11
all
truck scab.
by following everybody.
He was claiming to be a
by
Navy
stalking.
SEAL.
Now walking around with signs.
Yes, telling the
Because you don't know
truth.
how to leave well enough alone.
Yeah, to tell the truth, to warn people about you. That you're scam artists. What's wrong with that? You were literally with him.
I am waiting on Rios to call.
It is just him.
You're on video with him on Fremont and on the strip. What do you
Wow, because I used to work down there.
No. You're sitting on the cooler on the strip, for example, for hours at a time with him.
Am I not allowed to enjoy my father's company? The only parent that I have left?
Well, you tell
Thanks to
me.
you.
What do you think
Thanks
about
to
what he's
you,
doing?
You've been fucking giving him so much fucking hell, it's been putting him in a fucking hospital.
Oh, that's all
So
my
because
fault.
of you,
That's my fault, right? He had no health problems.
you're causing all the fucking stress in him.
So his health was just hunky-dory before I came along, right?
Actually, no.
So
For your information.
So there you go. So what do you think about what your father? Let's leave Vegas out of it. What did you think about what he was doing with that truck when you were with it? Just tell me the truth.
I feel like I'm on fucking 60 Minutes. Somebody that only gives a shit about one thing.
Well, good. That's a great
Doesn't want
compliment
shut
to
the
me.
fuck up.
That's a great compliment to me because 60 Minutes has serious journalists, and I'm just
good.
doing
They
the
need to
best
tell you how
I
much of an
can
asshole you are.
because I'm trying to get the truth. Why don't you
They
just
need to tell you how much of an asshole you are.
Why don't you just tell me I'm an asshole? Really? You're the one who's Okay. Whatever I say that's any bit confrontational, you're going to fly off the handle and probably hang up, right? So I'm just going to let you talk. I asked you a simple question. What did you think of all that? And when you say you wanted to get away from it, how do you get away from it when you just start up a new version of the scam?
Excuse me. First off, I didn't.
Oh,
start
it was
anything up.
him, not you. Right. You had nothing to do with it. You had nothing to do with the Vegas scamming, and you had nothing to do with the 9/11 truck scamming. Is that your story?
I feel like I'm being interrogated.
Well, you kind of are. And that's how the truth comes out.
And you're being a piece of shit. So what else you got?
All right, so I'll let you tell the story in your own words then. I can't let it go. You know what I'm saying? Not only because you assaulted me,
I
you tried to silence me.
choosing not to.
Do you believe in freedom of speech?
I believe in shutting your ass the fuck up one way or another.
Yeah, and how are you going to accomplish that? You going to take all my videos down somehow? Even if you end me, those videos are going to live forever. It's documented. The same way you can't take down the national news.
Yeah.
Okay, simple question. Do you think it was okay what your father did all those years ago?
Michael, just tell him your fucking truth. And
What he did with that was on him. All I did was go along for the ride. That was all.
You weren't a part of the money spending.
I wasn't a part of the money, nothing. Scalgione put all of the mail and shit for that vehicle in his name to his address. In the name of the vehicle.
The car was in your father's name.
The car was in his name, yes. But the address that the money had gone to was Thomas Scalgione, who nobody knew about any of this about him. He's got a record a mile long. Why don't you look into him instead of me?
So does your father.
Other way around. Scalgione's got one worse than that.
And I suspect that your father has done some things that he was never arrested for. But we can talk about that later if you want. You ever hear of a guy called Chris Scallo?
No.
No? Anybody ever have a problem with the way he took his boats out for fishing?
Yeah.
He ever rip
You're
anybody
asking
off?
me shit that I have no answer to.
Tell me about the Lester Puryear. He was on your Facebook Live 2019, right?
Get off of my fucking accounts!
Why? They're public. And I have them all saved anyway, so don't bother taking them down. Okay, let's try this.
Lester, I knew from school. That is all. I lost contact with him. He popped up, called me out of nowhere. Kendra's the one that hung up on him. That was it. I haven't spoken to him again.
Yeah, because he didn't like me calling him a pedophile. That I found.
So yes, I didn't even know that he was a pedophile. Oh, I knew that he was gay. Scalgione, he's on Megan's list as a pedophile. He's registered in the state. He's not allowed to leave the state of New Jersey. He's on lifetime parole.
You know what else he is? He's your friend on Facebook. Why
He's
is that?
not my friend.
Yes, he is. On Facebook, he is.
I looked on my Facebook. He is not on my friend.
You
He
are
is not on my friends list.
you are friends on Facebook. I can send you a screenshot. And you have been for some time. What have you been
This is
talking
news to
about?
me. No, I don't go on Facebook. Well, Mike, you do have multiple Facebook pages. And I only use one.
When was the last time you talked to Scalgione?
Last time I talked to him was when this shit all went down. I haven't spoken to him since.
You mean the 9/11 truck scam?
Yes, about what happened.
Right. How did your father and you,
So first off, the
Scalgione,
videos and shit that you're sending me, stop twisting shit around like you've been doing.
who
Don't say you
introduced?
haven't, because I've got more technical issues with computers than you do.
Yeah, sure you do. Who introduced your father to Thomas
Did you
Scalgione?
work for fucking Sprint? No, I did.
Well, they're out of business, aren't they? Who introduced your father to Scalgione?
Lester.
Why?
The fuck are you asking me for? I wasn't part of the conversation. I wasn't there.
You just said that Lester was your friend from high school.
I knew nothing of the conversation as to what happened. This didn't happen until fucking 2008. No, shit. I don't even remember what fucking year it was.
The 9/11 truck gets rolling in the middle of 2010. When did they meet?
The fuck are you asking me for? Again, I don't know.
Did you ever meet Terry Jones?
Who the hell is that?
You know who Terry Jones is.
No, I don't.
You don't know who Terry Jones is? After Don Shipley made the video exposing your father, Terry Jones and Thomas Scalgione made a video, which you can still see. It's been posted on YouTube on Terry Jones's account all of this time, where they defended your father openly and blasted Don Shipley. But you don't know who Terry Jones is. Terry Jones, who was in the back of the 9/11 truck preaching his hate against Muslims at Ground Zero in New York and in Washington, D.C. at that anti-Islam rally. Those are both documented on photos and video, and in other places that are not. According to some people, Terry Jones and your father hatched the idea for the 9/11 truck scam together.
Your father knows who he is, like what we talked about.
And Thomas Scalgione obviously knows who he is. And he was with that truck. By the way, do you know a guy called Richie Skinner from that time?
No.
What about Charles Giles? Or Giles?
All I know of him is that he was in the building. That's all I know of him.
You mean the towers?
No, your mother's ass cheeks.
And you were at that Barnegat dedication of the 9/11 memorial, weren't you?
Again,
With Charles
asking me
Giles.
shit that I can't remember.
Why can't you remember?
Got about 40 seconds to go.
You can't remember why. Is it because of that accident in Howell in 2004? Where you and your father were driving in the, what was it? Was it a Blazer? Why can't you remember things? Or is that just a convenient excuse?
You want to step in here?
He's had concussions, Case. I tried telling you this. You didn't want to hear me. The last one wiped out his memory.
Did your father buy you a truck with the money from the 9/11 truck scam? And tell me about that truck. What happened to it? You don't have it anymore, obviously.
No, I traded fucking Plymouth in and got another used vehicle from a private owner.
But your father gave you that truck during the 9/11 truck scam.
Well, stop calling it a fucking scam before I smack a fucking scam out of you.
The Attorney General of New Jersey calls it a scam. Not
Okay.
me.
Fucking stab you in the heart myself.
Really?
I'm shutting down. Shut the fuck up about it.
Well, then you'll go to prison like your father should have.
And you'll be 6 feet the fuck under. Keep it up.
It's like I said before, you can't work your way out of this with violence. 7:03.